Hey guys, ever heard of a show called Media Watch? Me neither. But they did a very unkind story on KURE's incredible oxygen water last week. Appreciated the free publicity. Can't say the same for the wildly inaccurate commentary though, which I'm about to debunk for you right now. It actually starts off pretty well.
I'm Linton Besser. Welcome to Media Watch. And tonight they've cracked it.
Not bad, right? But it doesn't take Leisure Suit Linton too long to start baring his teeth.
We haven't had the chance to sample this magic potion ourselves, but KURE promises its claims are backed by capital S science.
Yes, KURE certainly seems to facilitate oxygen getting into the body.
Seems to?
Seems to? What? You disagree with the professor who actually ran the study, saying our oxygen seems to get into the body? Fair enough. I guess you'd know. You are a TV presenter.
We sent the paper about KURE to no fewer than 5 experts, and I'm very sad to report that with its minuscule sample size and lack of peer review, they were all very unkind.
Minuscule sample size and lack of peer review? Oh, I see. The science is useless because we couldn't afford a 300-person longitudinal study. Like, I don't know, your mates at Big Pharma.
Why not, I don't know, just take a deep breath?
Don't know if you missed this, Linton, but we haven't actually recommended that people stop breathing just yet. But here's a little science lesson for you. Unlike your haemoglobin, KURE takes oxygen straight to your tissues. Guys, please don't take health advice from Professor Besser.
UNSW Professor Timothy Schmidt had this to say.
To get the same oxygen from KURE as breathing under exercise conditions, the athlete needs to drink 66 litres of KURE water a minute.
You definitely do not, Professor Schmidt. As an actual professor, you should know that dissolved oxygen, which is amazing for your tissues, only exists in plasma. And there's only about 2.75 litres of plasma in your body. And that translates to 21.5 milligrams in total of dissolved oxygen. Why? Because most of the oxygen is tightly bound to red blood cells. Now drink a litre of KURE with 120 milligrams of oxygen and you've increased your dissolved oxygen by over 560%. And you know what? I could have explained all of this to you if you'd just picked up the phone. Call me next time, Prof.
Oh, and did we tell you that special study was paid for by none other than KURE itself?
Just out of interest, who else do you think ought to have paid for the study? You know, it wasn't long ago the ABC would have been supportive of small businesses, embracing and even paying for its own scientific research.
It also forgot to tell you that it contains some rather inconvenient conclusions.
KURE's effects on exercise performance were not different to the control water in this trial.
Oh, so now you think you found something negative, you all of a sudden agree with the study. Oh, Linton. By the way, performance, for the purposes of this study, is a term that refers to a very specific data set, which you probably would have known if you'd actually read the paper.
As it cherry-picked the study's findings and pumped up its voodoo water.
That's a very unkind way to describe water that reduced the lactate buildup and blood pressure post-exertion of people who drank just one bottle. Oh, and by the way, I have Haitian friends who find that comment very offensive.
But what about those blood tests? Curiously, Seven never told its viewers who that white coat-wearing technician was, so allow us. Her name is Caroline Mansfield. She's a naturopath who was working with KURE all along.
I see what you're saying. It was the naturopath in the laboratory with the candlestick. You know, if you'd bothered to read her response, you'd know she's also a qualified live blood microscopist with some 25 years of experience examining blood under the microscope. You didn't mention that in your segment now, though, did you? By the way, are we really still being so dismissive of women in allied health? Are we still doing that?
Why did they bother calling it KURE with a K?
Oh, Linton, you've cracked it. KURE with a C. Absolute genius. Chemistry professor to marketing guru in the space of a 5-minute segment. Oh, and easily the best quiff on TV. If you see this, what hair product are you using? DM me, it's radiant.
Seven said they were careful to attribute to KURE its wild claims.
Wild claims? These wild claims were from a highly regarded academic team at one of the UK's leading research universities.
For as long as news networks continue to plump up the bogus claims of abracadabra products and quack science.
Quack science? Real talk for a minute, Professor Duck. The only data set from this study that really matters is this. People who drank KURE recorded a higher skin oxygen concentration after drinking it than they had before, which really can only mean one thing. The oxygen inside each bottle makes its way into your body and all the way to your skin. It's good enough for me, and it's good enough for the 200 or so people who have left a review on our Trustpilot site. But for the last word on this, let's go back to Linton with perhaps his most insightful observation to date.
Cock.
Mr. Besser, I'll take that as a comment. Power every moment with KURE.